Alrighty, what's going on, folks? Blitzball Champ is back here on YouTube with a brand new video. So, for all the pro wrestling fans out there, I'm sure y'all have been tuning in recently, as a few hours ago, WWE just released a special of the competitors, all 32 lady entrants for the Mae Young Classic that is to start up in August 20th. So definitely looking forward to that. August 20th, they'll have the bracketology and everything set, and that's when the tournament will begin to go underway. So definitely looking very forward to that. So this, as a lot of people know, the most recent 32 competitor tournament that they had on the WWE network was the CWC, the Cruiserweight Classic. And of course, those that tuned in know that TJ Perkins was the winner of that tournament and became the inaugural Cruiserweight champion. And that tournament was excellent. Honestly, I originally didn't pick TJ Perkins to win. I had a feeling that deep down I was thinking either Zack Sabre Jr. or Kota Ibushi would win. But yeah. For those that didn't see it, check it out on the WWE Network. It was an excellent, excellent tournament. That it, you really it really was no telling of how it could have gone. But anyway, that's in the past. On to now and the future. So, the Mae Young Classic. 32 different female wrestlers coming together for this awesome tournament. And it's all going to be shown on the WWE Network. So, I just wanted to take time in this video tonight to pretty much go quickly through each of the 32 competitors. Now, just to let you know, I don't know all of them. There's some that I've never even heard of, but there's still a handful that I have heard of, and I'll go into a little bit deeper discussion about that. So anyway, I have them pulled up here on the WWE website. So let's go ahead and get started and going through each of them. So first up, we have Abby Laeth, with which I know her as Princess Kimberly, because I first learned about Abby through Chikara Pro Wrestling when she was Princess Kimberly. I got the chance to see her compete live at a live event where she, at the time, was the Chikara Grand Champion, which is the Chikara Promotions top championship. And I believe she was the first woman to have ever held the Chikara Grand Championship. And I actually got to see her defend the title live for the first time in history that a promotion has had two females battle for the promotion's top championship, where she defended the Chikara Grand Championship against Heidi Lovelace, which people may know now as Ruby Riott, which was an excellent, excellent match, 5-star match for sure. But it's really good to see her in this tournament. I think she will do well. She's a great wrestler, and I know she's had a couple of matches in WWE NXT, but I think she'll do. I think she'll do well. She's a great wrestler. She's competed in Chikara and ROH. So, from what I've known about her, so I think she'll do well in this tournament for sure. Next up, from Japan, we got Kairi Sane, also known as Kairi Hojo, from the Stardom promotion in Japan. I believe the full name of it is called World Wonder Ring Stardom, which is an all-female competitor wrestling promotion in Japan. And I haven't really known too much about Kairi Sane, but a couple of people that I've talked to have mentioned her and that she was going to be in this tournament. So I looked her up on YouTube, and she looks great. She looks really great. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how well she does in this tournament. And a lot of people say that she may be the favorite to win the tournament. So she has quite the credentials from the Stardom promotion. So I look forward to seeing how she does. I like what I saw from what I saw on YouTube. So hey, maybe she will win it. Who knows? Um, Next up is Mia Yim, which some people know her from Impact Wrestling as Jade. But I honestly, she is one of my top picks in this tournament. I've been, I've always knew about Mia Yim through Impact Wrestling, through Shine Wrestling. She's done a lot of indie shows, and she's a really great wrestler. She's constantly improved over the years, and just you know it's been excellent. She was a former Shine champion. She was former Knockouts champion. So um, I know she's wrestled like maybe a few times with WWE NXT, but I was really hoping to see her in this tournament. So I am happy, very happy to see that she's in this tournament. And honestly, I could see her winning this tournament for reals. So either that or get pretty far in the tournament. So I think it's safe to say look forward to Mia Yim making some noise in this tournament and going really deep in the brackets. All right. Next up, we have Rhea Ripley from Australia. Uh, don't really know her, so I can't say too much. But that's it. Next up, Marty Bell representing the Dominican Republic. As most people may know, she used to be part of the Dollhouse on Impact Wrestling. And from what I've seen, I've seen some bright spots from Marty Bell. So, and I know she's done a handful of indie work as well. So, it'll be interesting to see how Marty Bell does. Um, she might go a decent ways into the tournament, or she might be first round elimination. I don't think she will be, but that's pretty cool that Marty Bell is in this tournament. I think she'll do well. But I don't know a whole lot about her. Just the biggest bulk that I've seen from her is just Impact Wrestling and just a few footage from a couple of different indie shows. So that's all that I really know about her. Next, Mercedes Martinez. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I really feel that she also has a good chance to win this tournament. And she's a longtime veteran, uh, big name in women's wrestling in the indie circuit, especially in Shimmer as well. She was a two-time Shimmer champion, and she's also the tag team champion of Shine, the Shine tag team champion with Ivelisse. So honestly, I really see her going far in this tournament, and it's just good to see her as one of the veterans in this tournament. So Mercedes Martinez has a lot of experience, and I could really see her going far and making a big impact in this tournament. So definitely keep an eye out for her. I think she's definitely I could see her making like the top 5. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we have, let's see, Candice LeRae. Oh, yeah. It's Candice LeRae, the wife of Mr. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. Um, I really, it'll be interesting to see how she does in this tournament. I mean, it's good to see her name in this tournament. Um, she's got a good handful of experience. Was definitely a very popular name in the PWG scene, and just has done some work in Japan and just like all around the indie scene. So it's really good to see her in this tournament. I believe she also did a little bit of ROH as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the wife of Johnny Gargano fares in this tournament. But Candice LeRae is a familiar name, and I could see her doing pretty well in this tournament. Next we have Shayna Baszler. Don't really know her, but apparently she's a mixed martial artist. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with her, but yeah, she's a mixed martial artist. But but yeah, that's all I could really say. Next, we have Serena Deeb. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Um, for some of y'all that can look back to where CM Punk was back in the WWE, CM Punk pretty much had this stable called the Straight Edge Society, that had wrestlers like Doc Gallows or Luke Gallows and Serena Deeb, um, which at the time, her name was just Serena. But yeah, and that was the Straight Edge Society, and yeah, I just thought that was really, really cool, to see her back into this tournament. Um, she's done a lot of indie scene wrestling, so yeah, has a lot of familiarity within the WWE. So it'll be interesting to see how well Serena does in this tournament. I could see her going far, and yeah. So it's good to see her in this tournament. Definitely a familiar name. Next, now honestly, I think this woman will be a sleeper, but I've really been a fan of her since I've gotten exposed to her for the first time back when she was in Impact Wrestling, and that's Santana Garrett. Back in Impact Wrestling, she was Brittany. Um, Santana Garrett has done a lot of work. A lot of work in Impact Wrestling, Shine Wrestling, World Wonder Ring Stardom. I heard she was a part of as well. But she has a lot of experience, and still pretty young as well. So I really look forward to seeing her in action. I know she had a few matches in NXT, but she's an excellent wrestler. Got some technical skills, wrestling skills. Also pretty great high flyer as well. So she has that lucha style with her too. I've always liked her style, so I could really see Santana Garrett. I'm hoping she'll go far in this tournament, and definitely keep an eye out for her. I think she can really make it far. As far as the semifinals in this tournament. So I'll definitely be rooting for Santana Garrett as well to really go far in the Mae Young Classic. Next we have Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray from Scotland. Um, I got my first exposure to Kaylee Ray from British Boot Camp. I believe it was season 2 in Impact Wrestling. She had some excellent matches, and she had a really great match with Gail Kim. Um, Other than that, I don't know a lot about Kaylee Ray, but I feel that she definitely has the credentials to really do well in this tournament, and you never know, you never know. So I think she'll do well. Can't really say if she'll go far, but who knows? But definitely one to keep an eye out for. Next up, Rachel Evers. Well, don't really know a whole lot other than she's the daughter of Paul Ellering, which, those of you that don't know Paul Ellering, he's currently the manager of the current WWE NXT Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain. But yeah, that's all I can really say about Rachel Evers. But yep, daughter of Paul Ellering. All right, moving on. Next, we have Sage Beckett, which I don't know a whole lot about Sage Beckett other than, the short stint that she had in Impact Wrestling that I learned about her. I think she had like 2 separate short years of as Rosie Lotta Love in Impact Wrestling. So I don't know that much about her. I just know I just remember the name Rosie Lotta Love. But yeah, another one of those big wrestlers. So we'll see what kind of damage she can do in this tournament. Next up, we have Chinese competitor Xia Li, which I know nothing about her, but hey, it's good to see some diversity in this tournament. Moving on, Vanessa Bourne, which Vanessa Bourne was one of the ladies that won her qualifier match, where she defeated Jamie Hashi, or Jamie Hache, however you say the name. But yeah, she won the qualifier on NXT. And don't know much about her, but apparently I caught wind that she was trained by Gangrel and Rikishi. So thought that was kind of interesting. So we'll see how she does. I mean, when I look back to the Cruiserweight Classic, T.J. Perkins he had a qualifier match for the Cruiserweight Classic, and he won that match. And hey, he ended up winning the Cruiserweight Classic. So hey, who knows? You never know. Moving on, Zeta, who's also from China, who I also don't know anything about. So yeah. Moving on, Miranda Salinas. Don't really know anything about her. Next, Reina Gonzalez. Don't know anything about her. Never even heard of her. So, yeah. Next we have Renee Michelle. Don't know anything about her. This is my first time hearing about her. Nicole. Next up we have Nicole Savoy. Never heard of her either. So, yeah. A lot of people I'm skipping over. Aisha Raymond, which I've never heard of her either. Moving on. Next we have Dakota Kai. The name's familiar. She looks very familiar. I think she had. I want to say I saw her back in Impact Wrestling. Goodness gracious. I think she was in Impact Wrestling. Somebody, whoever's watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't she in Impact Wrestling? Just the face looks familiar. The face looks familiar. But yeah, I can't say too much about her. I just like she looks familiar. I think she was in Impact Wrestling. Moving on, Next we have Piper Niven, which never heard of her. Never heard of her at all. Moving on, Tainara Conti, which is the uh, Brazilian wrestler in this tournament. But I don't know anything about her. Next we have Kavita Devi, which apparently is the Indian wrestler in this tournament. Never heard of her, but it's always good to see diversity in different tournaments. So anyway, moving on. Next we have the brute German Jazzy Gabber, which back in Impact Wrestling known as Alpha Female, and I believe she also did some time in Stardom as well, World Wonder Stardom. But it'll be interesting to see how well she does in this tournament. Some may say that she'll go pretty far in this tournament. So yeah, she's another one of the big, strong women in this tournament. And I saw a little bit of her when she was Alpha Female in Impact Wrestling. So it'll be interesting to see how far she can go in this tournament. Next up, we have Tessa Blanchard, which is the daughter of Tully Blanchard. Of course, she's a North Carolina native, so definitely will cheer her on. Still very young, but I don't know too much about her. I know that she was in Shine Wrestling. I know that she's had a handful of matches in WWE and NXT. So yeah, I'll definitely be rooting for her, mainly because she's the daughter of a wrestling legend and she's a North Carolina native. So hopefully she'll do well in this tournament. But yeah, let's give it up for Tessa Blanchard. Next, Princessa Sugit. I don't know if I said that correctly. Um, I have never heard of her. Um, but according to what I've looked up, apparently big name in Mexico in the CMLL promotion. That's all I can really say because I've never even heard of her. I haven't really kept up with CMLL that much. Moving on, we have Sarah Logan, aka Crazy Mary Dobson. Yes, I know she's been mostly on NXT, but I really got my first taste of her through ROH Women of Honor. So thought it was pretty cool that she's in this tournament, and we'll see how she does. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see her in this tournament. Let's see, next up, Lacey Evans, which she's made some appearances and been wrestling in WWE and NXT. So she was in the military, and I believe she's also, oh yeah, Marines. Yeah, U.S. Marine. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, she's had been doing some work in WWE and NXT. So it'll be interesting to see how well she does in this tournament. Next up, Toni Storm. Never heard of her. She's Australian, New Zealand, actually. Never heard of her. So yeah. Moving on. Next we have Bianca Belair. Never heard of her, to be honest. Um, can't really say much about her. But if I remember correctly, oh, okay. I remember. She also had a qualifying match. She defeated Aaliyah to qualify for this Mae Young Classic. Okay. Yeah, for a second there, I had to look back at her picture. But she won her qualifying match for this tournament by defeating Aaliyah. And is that it? Is that everybody? Is that actually everybody? Yeah. Yeah, that's everybody. That is everybody. Alrighty. Um so predictions. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. I'm excited for this tournament, but on paper it's really hard to say who could potentially win this tournament. Um hmm. Okay, how about this? If I had to pick five possible winners of this tournament, these are the five ladies that I could see winning this tournament. All right. Kairi Sane, number one. Mia Yim, number two. I know this is probably going to be crazy, but Santana Garrett. Um, Mercedes Martinez. Serena Deeb. Those are the five that I'm picking to possibly win this tournament. I'll say them again. Kairi Sane, Mia Yim, Santana Garrett, Mercedes Martinez, Serena Deeb. I think one of those five will win the Mae Young Classic. So, um, I was kind of surprised that there weren't a whole lot of other names that I would have thought could have been in this tournament. Like, well, I understand that Aaliyah like had to qualify, but Billy Kay and um, Peyton Royce, like I'm kind of surprised that they weren't in this tournament. But I mean, it's good to see like just a list of women that we normally don't see. So I mean, that in itself is cool. But I really love the variety here. I mean, I know we have a lot of Americans in this tournament, but we see a couple of other different countries represented as well. Like Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, England, Scotland, Japan, Germany, Mexico, Brazil, South Korea. I mean, even though Mia Yim is American, she actually is Korean American and she speaks fluent Korean. So, so yeah, good. Oh, China as well. So it's good to see some variety, and of course with commentators that Jim Ross, Lita. So it was really good to see two Hall of Famers on commentary. So, and I think I heard something about they're going to have Alundra Blaze as well. Uh, and if so, that would be great. That would be really great. But but yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, those are my predictions of potential winners for the Mae Young Classic. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Let me know what y'all think. who do y'all see winning the Mae Young Classic? And like I said, tune in to the Mae Young Classic August 20th. I think I said August 20th is when it kicks off. So definitely looking forward to it, and seeing who's going to face who with when they get the brackets up. So yeah, it'll be great. It'll be really great. Anyway, this is Blitzball Champ signing off. Catch y'all later. Have a blessed evening.